Alright, welcome back to the channel. For this video, I had planned to make a war counter list for facing the champions team. But when I was practicing, I found that there are many teams that can defeat this one. And that kinda makes sense because champions is not a war team, so there should be many teams that can defeat them in one shot. I'm not going to add all those fights in here because that will make this video too long. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you the teams that I use to face the champions team and then give you a brief explanation on each fight. And as a bonus, I have Knull versus Retcon at the end. Believe it or not, Knull can defeat the Retcon team. Let's get to it. This is the champions team that I tried with. 7.5 million in power, all of them G20 and ISO purple 3. My first team, as I like to go in alphabetical order, is Absolute A-Force with Moon Girl. I put my focus on the opposite Moon Girl, and she was out in about 3 attacks. After that, I moved to attacking Nova, but that was probably a mistake. I should have focused on Miss Marvel. That way I would have eliminated the assist. But doesn't matter. The champions team was unable to defeat Absolute A-Force. As my second option, I use Astral, and on this opportunity I focus on Miss Marvel first. She went out very quick. Then I moved to Moon Girl. Once the two of them were out, the rest were very easy. The next team is Brimstone. There is not much to say here. The champions team didn't have a single turn. Next is Fantastic Four MCU. They also got an easy battle. They won in a few turns. As my next attempt was with Liberty, Peggy's passive did a lot of damage and Patriot's special was devastating. Between the two of them defeated the whole team. Next I have a combo, Mephisto with Annihilators and Mephisto with Orchis. Annihilators and Orchis were unable to defeat the champions team, but with Mephisto it was a piece of cake. Now Odin and Professor X, each of them alone can defeat the champions team. On Odin's case, use his basic, his passive will take care of business. With Professor X, I special on Miss Marvel and she was out pretty quick. The rest is history. Now I have Starjammers with Nova. This fight was not that easy. They defeat Havoc and Nova. I'm lucky that I have 5 diamonds on Lilandra. Her ultimate took down 2 of them, Miss Marvel and Nova, and that made it easier going forward and I was able to defeat the whole team. In despite that I was punching up a lot, the champions team didn't do much damage to the Undying team. I'm guessing that Undying on this one can punch up very high. Now, one of my favorite war teams, Vigilantes. I focus on this one on Miss Marvel and Spider-Man, and the two of them were down very quick. After that, it was a piece of cake. And on my last attack, I have Winter Guard. There is also not much to say here. The fight was very easy. Dark Star passive kept doing damage until the whole team was down. And there you have it. A bunch of options to defeat the champions team in war. Now, let's get to the bonus. Knull versus Baby Shark. There are a few requirements that have to happen in order for Knull to defeat the Retcon team. This is what I have on my Knull. 5 diamonds, ISO purple 4, GR20, level 105. I tried this fight with many teams at different power levels, and this one that has 5 million of power was like the limit. I couldn't go over. There was another team that their power was like 5.3 and Knull was unable to defeat that one. The key for Knull to defeat the Retcon team is that they have to have a weak team member. In this case, Baby Shark is only 500k of power. That's why Knull was able to defeat the team. I also tried a few combos with Knull. For example, I did Knull with Astral or Absolute A-Force. I tried Knull with Mercs for Money or Vigilantes, and the only one that gave me better results was mixing Knull with Liberty. Of course, I replaced War Machine. Between Liberty and Knull, my team had 8.7 million of power, and I was able to punch down around 2 millions versus the Retcon team. I thought I had recorded that video, but I didn't. Just make sure you don't face Knull with a team that depends on speed, such as Fantastic Four MCU or Brimstone. It's not gonna work. Other than that, have fun, and I'll see you on the next video.